So now it's time to apply. You have completed your resume and written a phenomenal cover letter and are ready to apply for jobs. Remember, you don't just apply directly. We're not looking at a way where we just send out our application and hope for the best. That's not why you wrote a cover letter. So you need to know your next steps here. And it's important to note the system is designed to not let your application win. It's going to let what they think win. So we want to get around that. So how do you do that? First, you need to look at your roadmap. Think of your search as this funnel with all the positions you want. Say you want to start with accounting. Well, I want to be a tax accountant. Well, I actually want to be a nonprofit tax accountant. And so you get more and more narrow within your search. Like, I like global sourcing. I like indirect global sourcing. I like indirect global sourcing for major manufacturers or software companies. Well, I need to go more further than that. So think of your search as this funnel, and what you start with is more general, and that's okay. You start applying, you start seeing what you like, it's pretty big, and then it starts getting a little bit more narrow as you start seeing what really ticks with what employers and what you really like about certain industries. So don't worry, in the first 2 to 4 weeks, you're going to get more and more job specific, and hopefully within 6 weeks, it becomes industry specific. If not, that's also okay, especially for the younger ones that are newer on the career path. So just take it with stride. It's going to take some time, but you got to be consistent with the applications. What's the process? Start with a basic search of your interests. Read through about 10 to 15 different job descriptions and which ones stand out. Put it in a nice pile of positions. Just put them on an easy Excel sheet, whatever have you. And you see all the positions. Which ones do I like? Which one do I like the most? And start ranking those. And then see that bigger question. Now you've answered that bigger question. What's the next question? Do I qualify? Or what do I need to do to qualify? What education am I missing? What experience am I missing? If experience is missing, how do I get that experience? And what skills are needed? You'll be surprised, especially in today's climate, things are changing quite dramatically and positions are opening up to other areas that may not seem as a fit, but could be a fit if it's an interest to you. So don't let yourself down if you might be a year or two off. Don't let yourself down if the education doesn't directly match, but you showed initiative for that area, because employers are looking more farther and wider than before, as is our employees. What filters should you use when you're searching on LinkedIn? There are a few filters you could apply easily, like the location or things like the industry, if you really want to do that. But things you should look at first is the dates posted. Ignore that. Some are just posted that are older, and others that are posted within days. Only send the posting that may close after a couple of weeks. So what you want to keep in mind is if it closes too quickly, don't let that happen. Do apply. Now, only understand that the posting may affect you. It may not be active, so sometimes positions do disappear, and that's unfortunate. It does not speak to whether you got the position or not. No one did. Experience level. Ignore this. Some forget to put this in, so if someone says it's a executive level or it's a senior manager level, unless it's specifically listed, LinkedIn will add their own. It may not match up, so try to look at the years of experience. If it says 5 years experience, you need to be within the 3 to 6 year range. If it says 10 plus years experience or it's pretty VP level, you know that position you need certain qualifications and years for it. And generally, you should already be looking in the industry for that. Now, look at the title, location, area, and industry. These should be things that you will narrow with time. Create a job batch tracker. This is the quickest way to remember where you are at on the job application. You also might want to know where you applied. Did you apply on LinkedIn or did you apply on this link to the specific job location? Put that in there. So use a Google Sheets or an Excel to put in the link that you're applying to, the company, date, any notes that seem to matter, like maybe something stuck out, like what do I do? The position is looking for a relocation. Can I do that or something? Outreach. Make note of all the people you're reaching out to and the status of that and the status of your application. Each week on its new tab, each week should be its own new tab at the bottom. Like week 1, new tab, week 2, week 3. So then you could click into the new tabs at the bottom of your sheet and see where you're at. Something that's older should be checked if it's where it's at, if it's in the system or not. Or if you need to reach out to somebody again. You'll start to realize jobs fit certain roles quickly for you, and you'll find that it's a trial and error process. Just be consistent and keep trying. By the 3rd or 4th week, you'll realize certain turnarounds, and you'll start getting reach outs. By the 5th or 6th week, you'll notice applications reach a pattern or are similar to each other. Make sure your resume is matching up to that. The resume analyzers online, if you want to pay for one, do so. They will help you make sure that you're 90% plus matching up. Your outreach on LinkedIn, what does that look like? So now we have a job tracker. We know the general area you're going, and you're starting to apply for jobs. What do? I send in that application to do nothing? No. You got to reach out. And the number is staggering. You're going to have to reach out to a lot of people. So if I was to make an application, would I want to make 2 applications of great quality with great outreach or 100 applications of junk? You're throwing 100 darts at the wall at random and blind if you just do 100 applications. So focus on a few each week, 5 to 6 generally, with good outreach. And apply as though you really want this job. So getting an introduction is your goal. Remember, and you want to get to the hiring manager. So how do we bypass the software? By reaching out. Check out, for example, the people's page from the company. Connections will show up. You could go in the LinkedIn search, say, for example, I want to apply for Nike. I look in Nike page, and I'll immediately see in the People's tab people that are there, and any of them that might be connected to me in some form or manner. You'll be surprised. You might find somebody, especially if you're applying locally at a company here in your own hometown, like in Santa Ana or something. You'll see that the LinkedIn, they might know someone you already know, especially if you have 2 or 3 years experience. Those that don't worry. This is where it all starts. Once you've reached out to anybody you might have a connection with, start with senior leaders and people in the field and HR managers. What you're looking for is those that might put your resume into the system top down. They will be interested in you. The younger you are, this also works too. So don't worry like, oh, I'm not a VP or something. They want to help, and they want to help people only if you reach out. If you don't reach out, they can't really help. So just take that initiative, reach out to some people. You'll be surprised. If you're paying for LinkedIn, there is in-mailbox options. You can send direct emails to these people. I don't recommend that. They're costly and it goes away fast. You can send out invitations. Connect with them. Like, I like this job anyway, so I might as well connect with this person. Click connect. And you'll click connect, and then in the box you can put in little notes. And that's your opportunity to put something in. Quick, snazzy, and you're catching their eye fast. Note that there is a limitation on the spaces. So never forget your salutations. You could always add a smiley, keep it casual, keep it nice. All quickly, like in no extra lines, one-lined, it'll go through, don't worry. So I'll put like a hey, comma, or hey, Jake, I'm totally interested in your position, love to talk about it type thing. You want to be just quick and snazzy. So get to the point, why you're reaching out. If you could send a resume, do it. Ask to send one. Remember, that could be your boss or coworker, so wherever they put that resume affects you. The next thing is, what is it I put in? You could put, hi, Jake, I'm highly interested in working at your company, smiley. There's currently an opening for a junior sales position. I'm also interested in learning more about the recruiting process and see how I can get a conversation with the hiring manager. Any support is greatly appreciated. Have a wonderful day. Craig, Robert, doesn't matter. You could use this directly. I'm giving it to you to use. Grab this, amend it as necessary. If you know the person, hey, we went to the same college, even better, like those little connecting factors with this template will help you. Don't skip this section. It's easy, it's fun, and a great way to build up your LinkedIn network. So if you have mutual connections, what do you say? Or at least something connective like the college or location. How are you reaching out? We have mutual connections. I'm looking to do blank role. Once again, use this stuff. Can I send you my resume? You want to do about 20 to 30 of these. It takes a little time. If I send one application, it could take me about an hour to an hour and a half to do all this. So you're going to want to get that list of people you want to reach out to, multiple windows if necessary. If it's already interesting, drop it in, send it out, go on, and then list it into your outreach folder or your outreach Excel sheet. Like, reach out to this person, this person, this person, this person. Easy peasy. Check each week if they're responding to you. If you're not back on LinkedIn, then it's not worth responding because they're not going to help you. Also, check if they're busy on LinkedIn. We'll talk about being busy on LinkedIn in a minute. If they're busy on LinkedIn, then they're active. They will see you. If they're not so busy, your chances of them seeing this is slimmer than to none. And that's why you want to do 20 to 30 outreaches. Using Google in your search helps too. If I'm trying to find somebody, I can look on Google and find them easily. I can put in quotations, company name, Nike, and, type in and, title of the position I'm looking for. So it could be, say, global sourcing. And then I'll see what populates. A lot will populate, especially if it's a bigger company. It will populate also LinkedIn profiles more quickly for you. So you'll see right away LinkedIn profiles that might match up faster if LinkedIn doesn't work as well as you had hoped. But 20 reach outs is effective. If you don't get past that, that's fine. But 30 ideally. Now, you want to be busy on LinkedIn. You want to appear like you're an active body. As much as you are on Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook, for those that are older like me, you want to be active somehow, showing to the world you're visible and doing stuff. The more posts, the more you tend to populate, the more you tend to jump out people. Because they're going to be looking for people who are busy and active. Make posts and comments. Little fun things. If you found something interesting happen in a company and you liked it, like, Intel's new chip coming out. How awesome is that? List that. Or, supply chain next happening. Share experience when you were Christmas shopping. Like, I wanted to get that, but I couldn't. Anybody else, might like your story. If you see another person's comment, don't just like it. Say something like, hey, that was an awesome thing, and add to that conversation. I like to go out to my alma mater president of my university often because I like what he posts, and we're connected in a network that's much deeper than just the university. So I really do like him, and I like what he posts anyways. So post articles from your own work if you want to, or things that you're doing interesting in college. Are you in a club? Are you going to a competition? Share that. People are interested. And do not just post links to articles. Excite people. Leave a quick comment. It's simple. You can reshare things. Treat it as it's a social media thing, but it's very professional. Be professional, non-political, exciting in a positive way, not in a negative, divisive way. And stay away from those things because it's not necessary. So share those positive things. Post, if you're really active on LinkedIn and you want to get a job, what is my recommendation? Try to post once a week. If not more, maybe about 15 a month. Especially if you're going to be an influencing type person, if you're looking for consulting or you're going to be selling your own stuff on LinkedIn, by all means be active more than once a week. Especially if this is for your business. You'll see that there are profiles like that. Check out what posts are working and why. Like, you'll notice, like, in 6 months or even 3 months, some things ticked more, like, hey, people like that. Why not put more of that content up? Or maybe people didn't like that content because maybe the way I phrased it, maybe I could phrase it better. So you improve your writing skills as well. And those skills are necessary for your networking, they're necessary for your job, and you'll learn to communicate better in your real world. So this is not just a toy. This is going to help you. Finally, check out LinkedIn events. There are a bunch out there. There's also Wall Street Journal job forums. There are all sorts of forums out there, webinars, seminars. If it interests you, do it. Go and show up. And you can meet good people on the list. You could check the attendees list. If that person's interesting to you, you could follow them or connect with them and tell them that you're interested in an internship. They might help you. You'll be surprised. You don't need to have this massive network early on. I wish I'd known this when I was in school because I didn't have it and I struggled looking for jobs. So don't let that happen to you. There are free access premium membership. There's premium memberships, but there should be free options. For example, the LA Library provides it for free for those with an address in LA or some kind of address in LA, hint, hint. And also the college, or I think LinkedIn has programs for students as well. So use that as well. Recommendations and endorsements. Not enough time, so I'll stop there. My final words of encouragement is to put yourself out there. It's competitive, I know, but have fun and don't be afraid. Great connections will happen beyond just your class.